Manchester United will walk out at Wembley on Sunday in the hope of bagging the first major trophy of the Erik ten Hag era. Ten Hag will have numerous selection dilemmas to contend with before the final against Newcastle United. However, no matter what decisions he makes, the Dutchman will be hoping that none of his players react as his fellow countryman Ruud van Nistelrooy did ahead of the 2006 Carling Cup final against Wigan Athletic. Before the match, which was held at the Millennium Stadium in Cardiff due to Wembley's redevelopment, Sir Alex Ferguson had a big choice to make up front. Van Nistelrooy was the man in form in the Premier League, having scored 19 goals already that season. However, the striker had been rested, for the most part, in the League Cup with Louis Saha favoured, and the Frenchman was in superb form. With 6 goals and 4 assists in just 5 matches in the competition, it would be difficult for Ferguson to justify dropping him. The beginning of the end for Van Nistelrooy was when Ferguson decided that Saha would start alongside Wayne Rooney. Recalling what happened that day, Rio Ferdinand explained on the Beautiful Game podcast, "I think one of the big catalysts for Ruud leaving was the League Cup final. He didn't start the game, but he said that the manager promised he was going to come on. But he didn't come on." Ferguson's reasoning for not bringing on Van Nistelrooy could have been twofold. Firstly, the Scot could have found it tricky to hook either Rooney or Saha during the game. United's duo directly contributed to 3 goals between them as Wigan were put to the sword. But as it became clear that he would not be coming on as Patrice Evra, Nemanja Vidic and Kieran Richardson were all summoned from the bench, things turned nasty. Ruud went nuts, Ferdinand continued. He was going crazy on the bench, screaming, swearing at the manager. "I think the manager was like, you know what? Ooh, now's the time to sell him." Van Nistelrooy was spotted leaving the Millennium Stadium pitch early while his teammates continued celebrating their success, but the forward was adamant at the time that there had been no falling out. He explained ahead of the Reds' next Premier League fixture that he was just disappointed to have not featured. "The manager told me before the game that I wasn't playing," Van Nistelrooy said. "I was very disappointed, but I could understand why he wanted to play Lewis because he has been playing very well in the competition this season. You have to accept the decision as a professional player. There is no problem between me and the manager. I cheered the first 2 goals with everyone else on the bench and I was happy for the team. I've heard suggestions I was acting. Well, if I was, then I am the best actor in Holland. I've scored a lot of goals this season and feel I've been playing well, and I hope to be back in the team to play Wigan on Monday. I expect to play the league matches." Van Nistelrooy got his wish but would score only 2 more Premier League goals before the end of the campaign. Ferguson would confirm in his book that the atmosphere became fractious between himself and his forward that night, and even the man himself would admit that he asked for the legendary manager's forgiveness at a later date. In an interview discussing his departure from Old Trafford, Van Nistelrooy explained, "I rang him and he answered and said, 'Okay, fine, go ahead.' I said I wanted to apologize for what had happened and he replied, 'Fine, I appreciate that, when we meet again it will be okay.' That was great to know." Despite how his time ended at United, Van Nistelrooy's opinion of the club has not soured. When asked about Cody Gakpo following his move to Liverpool, the current PSV Eindhoven coach explained that he wanted his star player to leave for the Reds. Gakpo's dream move was Manchester United. He was in contact with Ten Hag since last August, he said. I also wanted him to join United, not just because it's my club and I love them, but also because they are better than Liverpool and offer a lot more potential to their players. But United did not make a bid in January, so I advised him to wait till the summer. Post-United, Van Nistelrooy would enjoy a good scoring record at Real Madrid, bagging 64 goals in 96 appearances before joining Hamburg and retiring at Malaga in 2012. Who knows how many more goals he could have scored in United colours were it not for that day at the Millennium Stadium.